I just did one or help one here in my shop with with NetGain HyPer9, the HV
Okay.
version, and that
Yeah.
one's great because it's smaller and it's got more torque. It was a kind of a learning curve to go through that, setting up the motor and doing the whole computer thing and stuff, and you know, we still have an issue where whenever you step on the
The brake.
accelerator, the
Right.
we see a signal in the brake
Yeah,
line,
yeah, yeah. I know that one.
and we can't figure it out.
No, no,
We're trying to do the diodes and
no,
we're
no, no,
trying to
no.
do the thing, and
It's a common. I come across that like a lot of times.
really,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Hunter over at NetGain's aware of it, and it's just it's a weird issue. We
It's weird.
sometimes we get controllers that don't have it. Sometimes we do. So the only way to get rid of it is either just turn brake regen off and just have it off pedal regen, which is fine. Um, so basically, as soon as you come off the accelerator,
Ah, okay.
you have regen, and
Neutral.
then
Okay.
when you put your foot on the brake, it's brakes plus off pedal regen. So what you do is you go into the brake settings and you choose your brake sensor, set it to none. So
Ah,
that cancels it seeing any brake input. Then
okay.
that's the only way we can sort that out. But it's weird. Some controllers have that weird issue. Sometimes
And
they don't.
sometimes they don't. Wow,
It's
that's so weird. Because it's such an easy thing, and you're like, "Where's the signal path and stuff?" And you're like, "No, there's nowhere where they can mix." And yeah, it's kind of a
that's
weird one.
something. It's an internal issue in the controller. I
And the
mean,
controller.
you got to bear in mind we order like about 10 Hyper Nines every month or two. So we go through a lot of Hyper Nines here, and yeah, we've got a lot of experience of installing Hyper Nines ourselves in the shop, not just like shipping them out.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, if there's a problem with a motor, be that an HPEVs, a NetGain, or zero EV type of solutions, believe me, we've come across it.
Yes. Wow. Yeah. So it's weird because I know Michael was aware of it, but he was like still under the impression that you could fix it. He's like, no, you get some diodes and do the thing or something, right? And so we're trying all that stuff, and we still have the client scheduled to go down there somewhere sometime and see if they could fix it over there. But it's
I'd cut your losses now and just keep it simple. Switch off your braking.
wow. Okay. So I might have to tell the client that and be like, hey, you just got it.
What car's it in?
It's on a 1973 VW bus.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
a bay
definitely
window.
switch it off. It's because the other thing I find is if you go too much heavy on the brake regen in wet conditions and especially in winter conditions, you can lock up the back if you're not too careful. So with the off pedal regen that you get with the Hyper 9, um, and then when you put your foot on the brake, you don't want to then put even more braking onto the rear wheels
Hmm.
on a rear engine or rear wheel drive like a Beetle or a bus. So switch the brake signal off. It's simple.
Yeah, we're gonna might have to tell him that. He's still going through that right now. He's actually going through problems on the mechanical brakes because we have to remove. So we put a battery on the bottom. We put 14 modules by the way on these Tesla modules, right? So all at the bottom, you're right, and so we have to make room in the bottom and stuff, and we have to take the booster off.
Yeah.
And so then we moved the thing, but he hadn't been checking his brakes, and I guess his car was like getting stuck. And for some reason, he couldn't tell or something, and he would kept driving it until he broke an axle. So it's weird. The Hyper 9 is pretty strong. It's a torquey motor enough to break an axle in the back because he just kept going. so, so now he has to fix that. But as soon as he does that, and then we're just trying to figure out the. So it's
Well,
the little issues here and there.
I've broken some axles. Don't you worry about that. My there's two vehicles that's not there because they're outside parked, or one of them's outside. One is my VW Beetle, which has a 600 horsepower performance Tesla drive unit in, and And the other is my daily driver, which is my 1969 VW crew cab, and that's got a 450 horsepower Tesla driving it in.
It's the green
So
one, right? I think I've
the
seen
green one.
the yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen videos of you doing burnouts in the parking lot or something, right?
So you can imagine I've broken quite a few drive shafts, Jehu.
Wow.